Welcome to Ullapool here in Ross and Cromarty. Ullapool is a small town in the northwest of Scotland in a region called Ross and Cromarty. It is situated on the sea loch, Loch Broom, and because it's a very deep sea loch, it creates a natural harbour, and hence why Ullapool became one of the main ports in this part of Scotland. The main industry in Ullapool seems to be tourism, and at the time of filming we're actually in the beginning of August, so there's quite a few tourists about. There appears to be boating excursions operating here, and here's two of them. You got your Seascape Expeditions and Ullapool Chartered Limited. Here we are. Got a couple of kiosks, so I do think you get your tickets from here. And see, you can actually go Loch Broom, Isle Martin. You can also do the Summer Isles, which is close by, and they also offer whale and dolphin watch. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to do it today. Oh, here we go, and we have the other one here as well. They seem to offer boating excursions where you can view the local wildlife. Top tip, if you're ever in Scotland, a lot of Scottish towns have these places where you can get water, so all you have to do is just get your water bottle, put it in the fixture there, and it will fill up your bottle. I think it's a great idea. If you're going to catch the ferry here in Ullapool, as you approach the ferry terminal, you can see a sign just right in front of me, and it says ferry vehicle check-in, and it's pointing to the right hand side. Don't do what I did. Look to go up there. I'll lead you to the Caledonian Hotel. Cross the road, Stephen. Look around. Don't want to get run over. So you actually just drive past said sign, and you'll see this building right ahead of us, where the sign says Ullapool Stornoway Ferry Check-in, and that's where you go and check in. And that's where you drive in, and they'll tell you where to put your car. And when the ferry arrives, that's your on-ramp to get on board. It's definitely hold on to your hat kind of a day weather-wise. Yesterday we experienced Storm Florence, which brought around 80-mile-an-hour gusts of wind, which made the journey up here yesterday quite eventful and quite challenging. The weather is famously changeable here, and it can change quite quickly. Only a few moments ago it was nice and sunny, and now we have some mist descending in upon us. But we do have we still have plenty of white horses on the loch. Hopefully conditions improve tomorrow, because that's when I'm taking a ferry to Stornoway. Even though Ullapool is quite a small town, it's got plenty of B&Bs, hotels, inns, and even Airbnbs. That's where I'm staying tonight. But yeah, this is quite a quaint little town, and I just love just some of these buildings here. The wind It seems to have picked up a wee bit now, and the temperature's dropped. Oh, I'm glad I'm wearing a coat now. What I like about this place is the varied architecture. Snuggled in between traditional looking houses, you have buildings like this. That looks smart, doesn't it? Just adds to the charm of the area. I was planning on just going up here a little further, but this wind has really picked up now. As you can see, the condition of the water. And here comes the rain. It's a typical Scottish summer at the moment. Oh, that's a sad looking building. Beautiful building though. Just like many coastal towns and villages, you're not far away from a chipper. That's the Seaforth. That's a place where I had my dinner in last night. One thing, food is quite pricey up here, so be prepared. Captain's Cabin, which seems to be a hardware shop and a gift shop all in one. That's quite novel. Right beside it, you've got the Ullapool bookshop. Ah, shucks. No ice cream today. We seem to have various other craft shops as well. If it was sunny and warmer, I definitely would have paid a visit to the seafood shack. And there also seems to be a couple of museums as well here. You can see with the trees about how windy it is. And believe me, yesterday those trees were bending. That's how ferocious the storm was. I had the wild idea of going up to a place called Roo this morning to do some drone flying, but the weather definitely put paid to that. I'm glad I didn't, because I don't think my little drone would have survived it anyway. But I don't know if you can just make it out in the distance, but I think you're just about to see the Summer Isles right out there. But yeah, today's not a day for going out on the boat, I think. It'd be better just to stay on dry ground. Even though it's blowing a hoolie, you have to admit, this place is stunning. Another reason why people come to Ullapool is because it's part of the North Coast 500. So when people come here to Ullapool, you can go to places like Durness, anywhere really on the northwestern part of Scotland. And let me tell you, first time in here and first time actually driving on the roads around this part of the country, the roads are spectacularly good and very good condition as well. What I like about up here, you see a lot of these information points and maps. Also seem to be some sort of art installation, flower bed that accompanies it. This seems to be some of the walking routes around here, around the area, and that just seems to be a map of Ullapool town. One thing you'll see in this part of Scotland is on the road signs and any public signage. All the signs are bilingual. So you have Scottish Gaelic, which is on the top in the yellow lettering, and you have the English translation of it down below. Always a spectacular sight, seeing water cascading into the sea loch. One thing I have noticed is that people are very friendly up here. And I've also noticed how remote this place is. It's a lovely little settlement which seems to attract people from all over the world. Not only to visit, but to work and live here. For quite a small place in quite a remote area, it still pulls in the people from all countries. And there was me saying this place is remote. Well, not too remote for Tesco. Quite a sizable Tesco it is. Well, you don't see many of them about. I like the way it's just been converted into a camper. Superb. And that's another place I recommend. It's called the Cult Cafe. It's a community cafe. That's where I had my breakfast this morning, and it was absolutely stunning. Also, Ullapool seems to be a great place if you're a foodie. You have the West Coast delicatessen. Now here's a modern rarity, a bank, which is quite rare for small towns in Scotland now to have a bank. More places have banking hubs, but Ullapool seems to have a proper Royal Bank of Scotland branch. There is the MV Loch Seaforth, which is the ferry that goes from Ullapool all the way to Stornoway, and that's the boat I'll be taking tomorrow. She's just getting ready for her last sailing of the day. Well, That's the MV Loch Seafort on its way to Stornoway. And weather hasn't really improved here, has it? To be honest. Still a little bit windy. But the forecast was actually saying that it was going to be a little bit more clearer this evening, but it's just getting a little bit misty now, as you can just see behind me. Mist is descending on Loch Broom. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks very much for joining me for a little wander around the town of Ullapool. And in the next video, I shall be on the Isle of Lewis and Harris. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves.